Can do music.
You tell all the black man thinking in a real life. DC DLK. Roll it.
Rich Taliban.
Don't judge me cause I'm a black man. Hey. What you wanna see from a black man? Hey. Everything me do, they don't like me. Hey. Can't kill me so cause I'm a black man. Hey. Yeah, me now. Wake up in the morning, send me prayer. For me jaja. Wishing me so one up higher. But the black man working hard to put me down, me never get tired, yeah. Black man praying, you see you cry, you begging. Me never cry begging, cause me never lazy. Working harder day and night, cause me, fire, yeah. You wanna know how me do I did this all the time? I'm a close local in me eye, cause if Babylon is in me eye, hustle fire, yeah. See a really lifestyle black man. Watch your back, will stop the man. And they cut to body, but tiger brain, fire bond, dirty brain. Yeah, fat faces in them talk about. You can't eat your brother, say my boy. Cause a little in them talk about, hey. Hold your pride and tiding, showing love. Never leave him, cause it's my blood. Say real fear people, show them love.
DC tell the black man we not lazy man. Make the money more than Pablo Escobar. Hustler tell me cheapest cart and the Range Rover. But no bad man, so them I go take over. Tell myself soon richness come over. Real brother but him a the bad when me not around. Spread rumors, tell the people saying on the ground. Love when we step in all the town. The same black man ma go come like a brother man. We try tell the haters say Ghana army motherland. Them try to kill we long time but we stand like a middleman. The hater want to catch you like an offer. Them a fisherman. Them try chase the ghetto youth like them a all a policeman. Miracles on the street become a talisman. Love gangs on the hater become a fireman. Hustle hard for the money because hater watch a man.
You said you want the black color. You said you what you color. Choice, you ain't touching for your chosen color. Remember say we black people, we no care about the white man, ideas and so-called different culture. Show me love in a people, not a one corner. Whack, say bad things about your brother. Me not the one the bangaranga people knocking me door. Show me bad in them called blood lover. Don't judge me cause I'm a black man, hey. What you wanna see from a black man, hey. Everything me do, they don't like me. Can't kill me so cause I'm a black man. Don't judge me cause I'm a black man. What you wanna see from a black man? Everything me do, they don't like me. Me so cause I'm a black man, hey. DC DLK. My love story.
Can do music.
So hear me now. Seeing the light in the dark. She smiles when I cry. I feel the pain she feels again. Say no more. Love again. Hey, say no more. Love again. Hey, say no more. Can I ever love again? No more. Can I ever love you again? No more. Love again. Say no more. Love again. Say no more. Love again. Say no more.
love again. Hey, say no more. Love again. Hey, say no more. Hey, 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 hey.
To hell with you, I don't give a fuck. She cheat on me and riding, I'm a fucking done. Beat it, get the hell away cause I'm fucking done. She cheat on me and riding, I'm a fucking done. Cause she don't hit, cause riding, I'm a fucking done. Riding, play the stories still on my timeline. Tired of reading shit stories on my timeline. Stay the shit away from my favorite pages. Liking my pics, commenting on my favorite pages. What the hell you think you do, my favorite lady? Wake up in the morning looking at your cute faces. Never thought there's light on that cute faces.
She pick up with the love that she has for me, making brother looking so dumb. Looking at the love that I have for you, babe. Never thought that this could happen. You like me, you cheat upon me. I don't know if I can love anymore. You kill my soul, my happiness. I don't know if I can love anymore. I don't know if I can love anymore.
Ask, can I ever love again? No more. Can I ever love you again? No more. Love again. Say 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 no more. Say no more. Love again. Say no more. Can I ever love again? No more. Can I ever love you again? No more. Love again. Say 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 no more. Hey, 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 hey. To hell with you, I don't give a fuck. She cheat on me and riding, I'm a fucking done. Beat it, get the hell away cause I'm fucking done. She cheat on me and riding, I'm a fucking done. Cause she don't hit, cause riding, I'm a fucking done. Riding, play the stories still on my timeline. Tired of reading shit stories on my timeline. Stay the shit away from my favorite pages. Liking my pics, commenting on my favorite pages. What the hell you think you do, my favorite lady? Wake up in the morning looking at your cute faces. Never thought there's light on that cute faces.
She pick up with the love that she has for me, making brother looking so dumb. Looking at the love that I have for you, babe. Never thought that this could happen. You like me, you cheat upon me. I don't know if I can love anymore. You kill my soul, my happiness. I don't know if I can love anymore. I don't know if I can love anymore.
Ask, can I ever love again? No more. Can I ever love you again? No more. Love again. Say no more. love again. Ain't say no more. Love again. Ain't say no more. Yes, welcome. It's another bright morning. Greeting to everyone watching me from any place he is, any place you are. Yes, the previous episode, I got so many questions in my, I have got so many messages in my WhatsApp line, in my Gmail account concerning a lot of comment too concerning those questions about how my hairstyle is, how I'm dealing with the new look, the family, friends, so many questions. But in all, I think before I start everything, I'll have to say that personally, when if anybody watching this are aware of whom he's watching, DC DLK, that's my music name. And then again, my real name is Badr Abubakar. So the combination of DC DLK and my real name is as simple as the meaning goes. In the Arabic word, Badr means dangerous. It's one of the dangerous words our beloved Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam had during his time, and a victorious one. So when I was thinking of a name to give to myself as a nickname, and then also a name that will carry my other talent and my other career in the life, in the music and other stuff, is where I came up with the name DC DLK. The DC, Dangerous Circuit, DLK as in the D-level king. D-level king in a manner that I came up with the organization. So I tag myself as a DLK, whilst every member is DLF. As a whole, as a DLF family. So that's just that about DC DLK. And then about my hairstyle, as in most stories, people may think I put this hairstyle not because of anything, but just to put the brand and all that. Beside the branding thing of my music and other stuff I do, I'm a kind of person that my hair grows very quick and very fast. And then I decided I used to cut my hairs a lot. But it came to time, after school and everything, I realized that since my hair grows that much and that fast, why don't I take advantage of keeping it and then making it even nicer to myself? So I decided not to cut my hairs anymore. That was the whole idea. I will not cut my hairs, I'll keep it a bit bushy, and then find ways of keeping it neat and nice. Yes, most people may think I keep my hairs just for fun. So I then take care of video like how do I take care of how much do I care for my hair? I care for my hair very much. My hair happened to be one of the tools that carries my personality. That's how I see it. And in general, we're all aware that you cannot be in this life without having your hair on your head. Even those with the bald heads, they try to put an artificial hair to make them look complete. Simply means without your hair, you cannot be complete. No, you cannot be complete without your hair. So I decided that if that's the case, then I have to, keep my hair nice, keep my hair neat, and then continue with my life. So how to keep my hair neat and nice? And then more question on how do I get my hair even grow that much? I'm sure You know, it's a broad topic of how my hair is kept and how I grow my hair. It's a whole lot of stuff. Naturally, we know some people grow a lot of hair naturally. Others to go to many remedies just to keep their hairs growing that much. And then in my own case, it is, should I say, I'm naturally gifted with much hair. My hair grows a bit fast. So, like I said earlier on, so due to that, I have to keep it neat. Whilst along the line, I also have to apply all the necessary, creams, all the necessary tools to make it even keep more nicer and everything look good for myself and for all things that I will do in my life. So normally, how we started after school and all that, I started keeping my hair way back since after high school. I started to keep my hair because basically in high school you will not be allowed to keep that hair that much. So after high school I realized that okay, now is the time for me to keep my hair. So I started to keep my hair. I started to keep my hair and then it was a bit, bushy, nicely kept. Then after some time, I realized that when I keep it even more and put more stylish to it, to make my personality good as I wanted it. So I decided that's how I'm going to keep it. So I started, keeping it like those days we have this an artist called Bruno Mars. I and my friends used to, try to cut our hairstyle and that look to look like Bruno Mars. So if you know Bruno Mars, you would know how he keep his hair. It's that kind of kept up here like this. And I know those watching will be like, open your hair, let's see it now. It's unfortunate. I can open my hair now. We're still discussing about the hair. You know the reason why I wouldn't want to open my hair right now. So that's how we started. We were keeping our hairs in the style look of Bruno Mars and the stuff, and then gradually, it got to the limit where I decided that I want to keep the hair long and have it hold backwards my head, and people were like, how? Don't you think you're going to look girlish or something like that? And in Ghana, or should I say in Africa and generally in some areas, they are not really fancy with a guy keeping long hairs and all that. They think it's not religious, or some they think it is not, cultured and all that. But the only thing that matters to me, a lot is keeping it nice and neat, where you will not see any stuff around it that will make you look bad or smelly. It has to be smelly good. You have to constantly wash it. You need to go by its rules on how to keep it neat and nice, and that's what I've been doing. So if I can do all this, keeping it long or any other shape, to me it is okay. I know a lot of people will be like, what of your children to come in the future? How do you want them to keep their hairs? Like I said, keeping hair has nothing to do with whether it's long or short. The only thing is that you keep it nice and neat. Even if you cut your hair every day and it still smells in it, I don't think it's a good way. So if it's all about keeping the hair nice and neat, then I think I can keep it no matter how I want to keep it. Because I know in most of our religious system, it's like that. You have to keep your hair nice and neat, and that's all that matters. Yeah, like I was saying, it's all about keeping the hair nice and neat, and then also making sure that you keep it as nice and neat as it's supposed to be. Your hair shouldn't be something that will drive people away from you anytime they are close to you. For example, when your friends come too close to you and they smell that kind of bad around you, you know for sure it isn't the best way to go about it. So for me, like I said, I keep my hair nice and neat every time. And then I initially, when I started to keep it that long was 2019. Like in the previous episode, I discussed about that when I was away from Ghana, I was on a trip, keeping my life, struggling, hustling here and there. So when I returned in Ghana, I tried to keep my hair, long again, because I know along the line I'll be doing so much, and I may need a hair to also keep me nice and neat around whatever I will be doing those times. So I was keeping my hair long. So I started initially by keeping a bit bushy. Along the line, normally every 3 weeks, I have to go to the salon to have it washed nicely with all the necessary things needed to be washed with. And then from that time, after it has been washed, I keep it that way. And I'm a person that I don't really like to open my hair that much publicly. And then it depends on how it, most people will look at it. That so if you are not keeping, you're not going to show your hair to people, why do you keep it? It's not like how you may think. But what I mean is that I keep it long, nice and neat, and there are specific places I would want to show it off, and there are specific places I wouldn't want to show it off, or in the respect to my hair and my personality. Yes, for example, I cannot keep the hair open, in any form that I may have at that moment, to say I'm going to pray with it, and maybe it will create some kind of eyebrow, because the community that I live, the community that we are, people don't really see it as a personality people keep in themselves. They see it's like something new that has not been introduced to the system before, and they may also think like that. People will be saying, don't you think people will be, little children will be looking up to you, those who are looking up to you, see you in this style, will create sort of a new look to themselves. They will think of creating that. Yeah, I've had so many comments concerning that. And like I was saying, there are some places I wouldn't want to open it like that. I was saying earlier on, going to the mosque, I have to keep it that close to keep respect to the people that may think it's an effect to them, and then keeping it neat also as well for myself, because a lot of time you're walking around the community, have it open, there are a lot of dusty around, it will keep it that dusty, and I wouldn't want it to be that dusty. So that's how it is. So when I go to perform my songs on stages, sometimes I keep it covered, sometimes I don't keep it covered. I removed it, and then most of the time too, if I'm going to shoot a photo shoot for my tracks, covers and other stuff, I have it open covered. And then so many places, like shooting my videos and some of the stuff like that. All right. Okay. Yes, concerning about the children looking up to me, when I came in 19, I was also doing some teachings at the same time. My music career was carrying on with other kind of business. So most of my students, they go to a time, like you were saying right now, they go to a time they were asking me, they were even wondering why did I open it. They want to see how it looks like. And I keep saying to them that when I'm in the classroom, I cannot open it for them, because it will distract them from whatever I'm going to teach them. Yes, it will distract them, because imagine, almost every teacher coming to the class have his hair cut down, and you're the only person having your hair, plaited, combed backwards and all that. So they wouldn't understand why I did that and all that. So one time I tried to explain to them that first of all, if they're wondering why I have my hair like that, they should remember, once, that I'm not a student anymore. Two, I'm not under care of my parents. Like when I say I'm under care of my parents, means my parents don't give me money to eat anymore. It's not like I'm disrespecting my parents or something. When you are under someone that gives you everything, he provides everything for you, you have to go by the person's rules and regulations. But in the case, I live in my own place, you understand, and I work for my own money. So due to this, I wouldn't have any problem with my parents concerning how I keep my hairs and stuff. So I was telling them, you are students now, you are very little, you are still with your parents, they take care of you, they feed you, they do everything for you. So you have to go by their rules. Just like what I said earlier on, that when I was in school, I could have tried, but I wouldn't because I'm under the care of the school. I cannot do anything beyond that. When I do that, it will create so many chaos. It will create so many problems to myself and the other people around me. And even the rules of the school wouldn't allow you to keep your hair down much. So I have to go according to the rules. So all my life in school, I didn't keep it till now because I'm no more in school. So that is a fact there. So they were like, okay. Then most of them were like, so I want to keep it. And I said, you want to keep your hair? Now listen up. First of all, like I was listing in the reasons why I'm keeping my hair. 1, I do music. 2, I do showbiz. 3, I'm under my own care. So you see, if you being students and you're under your parents' care, and all of you here cannot say you are going to do music at the same time, and then due to that, it means you don't have any chance to keep your hair or something like that. Sorry. You can't keep your hair because you're still in school. The rules of the school wouldn't permit you to do that. Just like I had my own time, the rules of the school wouldn't allow me to keep it, so I didn't keep it. So I let it go. So if you want to keep it, for me, I'll tell you 5 reasons to do it. First of all, you're under your care of your parents. Secondly, you are in the school. Thirdly, you don't own your job, you don't own your place. So if even you think you want to keep your hair, you ask yourself all these questions that I said. Do you want to do music? Are you under your care of your parents? Do you have your own job? If you don't have all this, then you have to cut your hair down. It may look nice to you, but at this moment you cannot do it unless you have full independence of yourself before you can do it. That's what I keep telling them. And from then I had their own minds off from my hair. That's how I got it, because it was too much. And normally after teaching, when I go to the staff room, sitting there, they're marking some papers, setting some questions and all that. I normally remove the car to have a fresh air or something like that. So when they come to the staff room, maybe to submit some book, and they're like, wow, come and see, this is hair. They're like, what is it? See, my hair isn't like you've seen some kind of golden material. It's just a hair. So that has been the challenges I was facing in the school when I was teaching. Yes, concerning the staff teachers, the other colleague teachers, and then the head master with the proprietors, was a lady for the schools. I made it clear to them before I started to do all this hair stuff. I made it clear to them that I do music. That's one thing. Secondly, I want to create a brand to my music, and this is how I think I should go with it. So with that, they understood my point, so they didn't have any problem with me. And plus, I don't pin my hairs whilst teaching, so it made it even clear to them that I respect them for not showing the hair to the kids, and at the same time keeping it covered whenever I'm in service. So they were okay with me, and they never questioned me why I keep my hair that much. Yes. And with my friends, when they started seeing it, it wasn't easy. They started questioning, like some may like it, some may like, why are you doing all this to your hair? And like I said earlier on, I have to explain to them that, hey, see, I'm doing music and I want to create a brand. I want to create a particular hairstyle that fit DLK. I don't want to take any person's brand. Understand? And due to that, I have to do this. And then also, I'm a kind of person that the hair grows a bit faster, and so I wouldn't want to waste my hair. To me, I think it would be a waste of hair to be cutting my hair every time and all that. So why don't I keep it nice and neat and then have it all the time with me? So that was it. So most people may not like to say it to you in front of you, but they may not like it because they see it as a new, everything new that comes with someone, and being with people, it will look like some kind of a new stuff. People will try to digest the pressure and the question around it, but after some time they will get and understand you. So that was how it started, and my brothers didn't want to say much about it, but they didn't like most of them didn't like it, but they couldn't say much because, like I was saying, I live in my place, I do my own work, I provide my own money. So if you tell me not to do it, yes, I heard, but I'll give you reasons why I'm doing it, and then also, for sure that I'm not with you where you may think that hey, you stay under my roof, you have to follow my orders. So there's nothing like that, so they cannot say much about that. So that's how it is. Alright, so coming back to the point on how I keep it neat, nice and all that. Like I said earlier on, when I came in 19, it was cut down, so I kept it a bit bushy. Then I started to plait it gradually. So it took like let's say within 3 to 7 months, and then the hair was started coming that much. So when it got to the stage of being well plaited, I started to plait it. People like, yes, plaiting it all the time, don't you get tired? Plaiting it isn't actually the reason why I'm keeping the hair, but plaiting it helps it to grow even faster. Yes, so I decided that if I plait it, it pulls it faster. So what I'll do is every time I plait it, I keep it for like 3 weeks or a month. Then I'll go and then unlock it. Then I have it washed with all the necessary tools and chemicals to make it look nice and strong, nice to me. So this is what I've been doing for some time, all these years is what I've been doing. And then from 2019 to 2020, and then it started growing that much. And in 2021, unfortunately, I traveled to one of the cities in the Ashanti region and for some business trip, and when I got there, it got to a place where I had no choice than to cut it off. I was like, damn, I kept this like almost 2 years and I'm asked to cut it off. I felt it. Yes, I might say I really felt it. I feel like, how on earth can you think of this? I kept this. And then those times that particular moment I went to that place, my hair was not unlocked. It was unlocked, and then it was so much so I had it, I held it like this, and then that was how I was able to go, because mind you, I told you earlier on that the reason why I'm keeping the hair isn't to plait it, is for able to hold the hair in one piece, either backwards or in any form, just to hold the hair, not to have it either dreadlocks or plaited in a different form. That was how. So I was asked to cut the hair off, and I felt really bad, but I wanted the job because I needed the money to do some things. In life you need money to do more things. So I knew I'm naturally grown, with the hair. I have this kind of naturally hair growth. So I said, okay, let me cut it off. So I cut it off, and this is how it looks. It looks like, what, from this to this? Like, wow, this is too much. But I kept it, and then I knew my hair would grow again. Eventually my hair will grow again. So I felt bad, but I didn't really take it that serious. So from October 2021 is when I cut my hair. So after the deal with the business, I went back home. After that was 3 weeks or so. So after I came back home, and I started to grow it again. Yes, from 21, I started to grow it again. And then along the line with my teaching, like I said, I was growing it gradually. When it got to the level of being plaited, I started to plait again, because like I keep saying on and on, that I plaited just to pull the hair to come more. So when it got to the level that I want, there wouldn't be any plaiting. And then also because I do music and the videos and the stuff, so I thought of saying that if I keep it down more, and then I want to do a video where it demands a particular hairstyle. I can twist it with any style I want instead of having my hair cut off when I'm going to do a particular music video and I needed some kind of hairstyle. Then I go buy an artificial. No, I wouldn't want artificial in my system. I want most of my things I needed it naturally. I don't need any artificial to make my hair look nice or something like this. So I like it naturally. And when it's natural, it helps me to, I feel good when I'm with natural stuff around me. So I started to keep it, gradually from October 2021 October. I started to keep it on and on again till 2022 June that I left Ghana again, and when I came to this place now, the Kingdom of Arabia, I'm back again like I went in 2016. In 2022 I'm back again, and with this one too, the job demands my hair to cut off. I was like, oh my god, why are you cutting the hair again? This is the second time I have to cut my hair. So I have to cut it. So I cut my hair and I felt bad. This time around I felt really bad for cutting my hair for the second time. Cut my hair off. But I know I can grow it again. Just like I did 21, right? So I thought of growing my hair again. So it's the reason why I said earlier on that I'll talk about my hair, why I'm not opening it. So as I see now, you see there's no hair at the back, there's no hair in any corner, and it's covered. I have to cover it. You see, I don't want to open it. I look disgusting without my hair. That's how I feel like my hair has to be covered if it's not. But I'm growing it and it's coming gradually. I cut it off in July, around August rather, yes, June, July, August thereabouts. That what I cut it off. So it's now how many months? July, August, September, October, November, December. It's now 5 months, almost 5 months, 4.5 months now. Exactly when it's 6 months or 7 months. You know how it is. When you get to that level, I'll have to start plating it again. Yes. I don't plate it when it's that on a small size. It cannot be hold enough to plate. So when you get to these 6 to 7 months, I'll find my way out. Don't worry, just watch me out. I'll have to plate it again. And then to help it grow a bit more. Yeah, the reason is that this time around, if I plate it, I'll play a role that it will not affect my job. Initially, where I was placed in my work earlier on was a particular place that the hair wasn't that needed for that particular job. Even though I could have, convince them and give them reason why I have it, but I didn't want to, make that kind of stories about this and that. So I just went and just cut it off. For the second time, telling people and telling myself, or should I say, to prove to myself that my hair can grow in no matter how many times I cut it or not. So let's see. Yes, you want to see my hair? Oh my God, it's cut off. You can see, it's cut off. Everything is cut off. Yes, it's cut off. So let's see how it will be like when I start to grow it. It's really cut off. Yes, see, I cut everything off. Everything is cut off. See, yeah, it's cut off. There's no hair anywhere. My hair is cut off. Okay, I removed it. It's cut off. See, my whole hair is cut off. Oh my God, I need to put it. So my hair is cut off. Everything is gone now. Yeah, it looks very down, as you can see, but it's not that down. The reason is that when I put on this sauce cap, it pushes it down like this because I sleep with the sauce cap and all that. So as you move around, it pushes the hair go down. But if I put a comb on it right now, you will see that it's all coming out. Yes, that's how I've been experiencing my hair growth. And then, like I say, when you get to 6 to 7 months, I have to find someone to help me plait it, and then gradually, I give myself within a year or two, everything will grow back again. And this time around, I'll try not to cut it. I'll try to protect it with every means possible, not to cut it. Every means possible, not to cut it, and then keep it growing. And then I want to have my hair with me till the end of my life. I don't want to have it cut off again. Like I said, I'll do everything possible this time around to keep it. I don't want to have it cut off again. No, not anymore. It's not with the cutting thing. I don't want to cut my hair off again. Yes, like I was saying now, I wouldn't want to cut my hair. I don't want to cut my hair again. I want to keep my hair grown like this till the end of my life. I don't want to cut my hair. Anytime I keep my hair with me, I feel safe. I feel strong. I feel confident. I feel even stronger than I am ever been. So I want to keep my hair. I want to keep my hair all the time. Yes, that's how I want to. Yes, I want to keep my hair. I don't want to cut my hair ever again. I want to keep it. I want to keep it like this till the end of me, and then it gives me strong. It gives me strong. It gives me strong, and it makes me feel confidence in whatever I do, wherever I go. So cutting is not part of my story again. I'll do everything, like I said. I'll do everything within my possible means to keep it, for me. Yes, on the past few, along the line when I was keeping the hair before I traveled again, I had so many comments from my friends, and I remember recently I had a little misunderstanding with one of my friends concerning that he and his friends, both boyfriends and girlfriends, were seeing most of my pictures in my video. They were like, I like your guy, I like your friend, but his hair, I don't like his hair. People will reject you from what they are not interested with. But that doesn't mean you are not interested with it. So far as you're interested with what you are, you cannot please everyone in the life. This is what I believe in. I cannot please everyone. I cannot look like the way you want me to be all the time, just to make you feel happy. What about me? If I'm not happy of the way I am and you are happy the way I am, I'm being hypocrite here, because I cannot please you and hurt myself. No, it's not happening that way. You understand? So it became some kind of misunderstanding between me and that guy, and I just told him, see, keeping my hair is my wish and it's my interest. And it is what makes me happy. So if you're having a problem with it, I can only tell you that you have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with that. You are entitled to your opinion and your interests. I cannot stop you from your interests, neither will you stop me from my interests. So I don't think there's any cause here where I have to do everything possible to please people of the kind of personality I want to be or how they want me to be. So keeping myself in this way, I think, is the best I can keep myself into it. So there's no need to argue much about it, even though we had so many arguments which landed into so many things that you wouldn't want to even hear. But here I am. I'm cool with it now, so I don't have a problem. And then about my brothers and marriage stories. With my new look, like I said today, they started seeing the new of me, and most of them gradually begin to understand how and why I'm keeping my hair down, and they are cool with it. Yes, like I said, nobody will claim that everyone around him likes everything that he does. No. In my case, it's not different. If people criticize what I do that they don't like, it's not every one of them that will say they don't like. Some will like it, some wouldn't like it. So it's normal. To me, it's normal. This is life we live into it. Like our local dialect says, if everyone likes you, there's a problem. And if everyone doesn't like you, there's still a problem. So some will like you, some wouldn't like you. So that is not a problem. Yeah, listen to what I say. If everyone likes you, that is a problem. If everyone doesn't like you, that is also a problem. But if some like you and some doesn't like you, that is not a problem. So that's what I believe into it. Yes. So it keeps me going. So that's it. And then talking about marriage, wow, it's one of the top questions I've seen in the previous episode. Okay, currently, I wouldn't say I'm in a relationship. I will not say I'm in a relationship, but I would say I would love to be in a relationship that will understand me, that will understand my personality, my kind of person, and support to whatever I'm doing, which will help me to grow more into what I do. I think that would be very nice if I get such a support from a person that we understand ourselves to be with. I've had several relationships in the past which landed me not being lucky. Most of the time, I end up with my relationship. Either the person has some kind of personality that I tried to make the person understand that you could adjust it and then we are good to go. But most of them see it's not okay for me to tell them to adjust with what they have that I think is going to affect me in the future. No, I would also like that to happen, because with everything that once got, if it's not going to be an effect to the other person in the future, that is normal. But if it's going to be something that is going to affect the other person in the future, that is not okay. That is never okay. So I've had my own experience in a relationship. It never worked out. So I'm here now, focusing on my music career. Excuse me. My music career with other plans and on and on and on. So here I am. Yeah, I'm not married yet. Yes, I wouldn't wish to get married and just quit so soon like that, no. And then my marriage wouldn't be this illegal where people wouldn't know. At least all the people around me will have to know that yes, I'm married, and everyone will witness and testify that yes, I'm married. Yeah, so in the writing of the songs and then doing so much in the music aspect and on, like I was trying to explain the writing skills, and currently I'm into writing this kind of R&B songs and on and on and on and on. That one too is there. Yeah, I'm doing my best to write more songs this time around to make sure I'm still relevant to the system. I'm trying my best to be coming out with more videos, my live performance videos on the camera like this, where I'm singing the song directly and then the instrumentals playing in the background, and then so many stuff to come. Like as I'm here, there's some of the songs I wrote, in the past few months ago. I'm kind of busy doing so many stuff around at the same time. So the little chance I get, I try to write something within, the short time to put it there to keep my people still relevant in what I do. So the first one I tried, the last time I tried was some kind of country music style that I titled it Wrong Girl. I don't know if you've heard it before. Yeah, Wrong Girl. Wrong Girl. I didn't know I was I was playing around the instrumentals and I came around it, and I most of the time, if before I write even a song, if I don't have the plan of the song already in my mind, and that is one thing. Most of the time I may have an idea that I want to write a song on this particular area, and sometimes too I may not have the idea of writing this particular song. But when I come across the instrumental and I listen to the instrumentals on and on within some few minutes, within that few minutes, it will generate some sort of idea. And as the idea pop up in my head, I begin to get the words flowing. The words be flowing like this, and I'll start to sing along. Before I realize, I'll put down the words down and I'll be doing the song. So this Wrong Girl thing, it wasn't planned. I never planned to write a song like that. And it came, coincidental. It came like I wasn't prepared, but it came with a story. The way instrumental was playing, it came at the exact spot that this is how I'm supposed to write it. And when I wrote it, funny enough, there was one of my boys who had this experience concerning being in a relationship with a person that is wrong for him all these years, that he's not aware of it until that time. What happened was that they're in a relationship for many years, like 3 years or so. But she had this particular problem that she wouldn't want him to know until finally she realized that no, she has to tell him and see why he would be like. So that was how it happened. And he didn't like it, she didn't like it, so they had to call it a quit. So as I was advising him on how the story started, I said, girl, this is a wrong girl. When she's the right girl, she will stay irrespective of all the differences you may be having. So I sent him the song. I did the selfie and the instrumental playing, and he had it, and it was like, wow. I said, yes, if you be with someone in all these years and the person doesn't see any good in you, at long last, it means that you people have not been understanding yourselves all these years, because you truly understand yourselves all these years. I think it should be that simple for you to, find reasons to solve your problems. Yeah. So I wrote The Wrong Girl, and later, but I didn't hear his story before I wrote The Wrong Girl. I wrote The Wrong Girl already before he came with the story, so like, wow. So I gave it to him, and he was like, this is actually a story. And I said, yes. And then later on, I wrote another song with the title Sacrifice. The sacrifice was actually a general story, but has so much to do with my own part of the story, where I was talking about, as a human, you have to go under many sacrifices in this life just to achieve one thing you've ever been, fighting for all your life. So I wrote Sacrifice, and that one too went on, and one of my guys commented, busy, one of my guys, my real G, Busy heard it, and I heard of his comment. He was like, sometimes you wonder when he hear me singing these kind of songs, that he say, no, he knows me of singing reggae and dancehall. How did I just automatically turn into writing, country music and all that? That he says, when he listens to it, he always feel like I'm trying to sing someone's song in my own instrumental. So I'm like, nah, I wouldn't do that. So he was amazed with how I could turn myself versatile from reggae dancehall all the way to writing country music. Yes, I did it. That's how I managed to do it. And it was done well. And then later on, he himself gave me a storyline. I told him to give me a storyline to write for him too. So he came with a story concerning someone who has been in his country all his life, struggling to survive, but he didn't survive until he tried to manage living the country, and then he got lucky to survive and came and helped out. So I wrote a story for that one too. But unfortunately, I didn't record it yet. Here I don't get a recording studio, so what I do in recording is put the camera like this, and I play the instrumental, and I sing through it, and I have it just uploaded on my YouTube channel. Yes, so that's how it's happening and all that. Then later on, I also wrote a story for my mom, my dad, and everyone who can relate to parents, absence and other stuff. And I titled it Pouring Hearts to Mom. So that's how it is. So of late, I've been writing country music songs. I don't know why I'm feeling to write more songs like this. Okay, like I was saying, you know, concerning writing my songs, it has been of country music on and on and on and on, and country music all the time, country music. I don't know, but this is how I've been feeling to write. Maybe evolving into, this reggae dancehall thing. It will pop up very soon. I'm working on other reggae songs that I have already. I've written so many songs, and one song that I lost, the lyrics I wrote, I couldn't find it anymore. I felt very bad about that. I had a problem with my operating system on my laptop, so I have to run most of them. I just cleared everything from my PC, and I had some program backup, but it's unfortunate that particular area was not backup, so I've lost it. I've searched it in almost all the corner areas of my computer and external drive. I couldn't find it, but I'm still looking. Maybe I'll be lucky to find it somewhere stored. It's one of the songs I wrote, very, inspiring song that I also had some portion dedicated to one of my friends. Yes, it's called Our. It's one of my guy. Yes, I dedicated that song, that part of the song, to Our. Concerning some time ago, he had some kind of difficulties, and we were all together to support him to overcome that difficulties. And God being so good, he got out of the difficulties. So I wrote the story attached. I had that portion of the story in that song I titled Gone Souls. The story was about to my parents that are left in this life without able to get the kind of support that I wanted to give to them when they were in the life. So what can I do now that they are not in life to still support them? I know there are 101 or 1001. I know there are 1001 ways to support my parents even they are not alive. It is ever my wish they were around this time around to enjoy most of the things I planned for them. But I still have many channels to send this to them. So I'm working towards them. And in that, I came up with an idea to create an organization called SIBO, that is Support Your Very Own. What we do in the organization is we support the kids around the community whom their parents find it difficult to send them to school, and also to learn some Quranic recitation and then some basic of Islamic studies. We collect and register all these students in our own school that we coming up with. We already started it. Normally in our community, kids go to this Saturday Quranic recitation and Sundays, and some also attend this on every week, every evening after school around 4. So we collect those kids, we register all their names in the organization, and we pay for them because they cannot afford it. We pay for, right now we have about 60 something students. So we collected all the students. What we do is, when we register all the students in organization, we run a competition of Quranic memorization on every level of their studies. We have those kids under 8 years to 10 years who will memorize, recite off head about 3 to 5 surahs of the Quran, and then we see how well they can recite it on phone to send it to the organization WhatsApp group. And then there are people there that are placed that will be checking for the recitation, how well is it,
how well they know how it. And then with the age 10 to 15 too, they also will be reciting about 15 to 20 surahs of head around the community and within the organization's kids. So whoever wins this will have about 6 months, 3 months, their money that is going to be paid off, that they will not pay for any of the studies they'll be having. Along the line, we will give them some books, buy some Quran and some bags, and we will add some money to them so that it will encourage them to always go to the Arabic studies either during the weekends or in the evenings. And then the mosque that we are doing this into it, the mosque also needs some help, like electrical connections. They don't have windows. There are other some basic things they need in a mosque, and doing it myself, it has not been easy, that I'm doing everything possible to fix all this, because these are the best gift I can give to my parents. Yes, so that's what I'm working on. So this DLK, or should I say DLF, family, D-level family, is a huge organization. We have the CIBO, we have also the DLF comedy, we have the DLF has so many broad organization into it. The first one is the DLF music. The second one is a CIBO, that's support your very own. That is one. And we have the DLF music together with DLF comedy. So DLF has so many sub organizations into it that we're doing everything possible to make sure things are done right in DLF organization to make things even better. So that is that. And talking about this, support your very own thing. We have had so many, we've had so many competitions so far. Yeah, the kids are doing well. They are doing well. Gradually, we are under, still in collaboration, trying to find some people to come and support more to do CIBO, so that the kids will get even more support that they wanted. We want to go as deep as finding them, finding to build some well where people can get water to drink in the community at the same time, helping the kids to go even beyond their studies. These are all part of the dream that I have for CIBO members in the organization. So these are the things I can also do to support the community that I need. I'm looking forward to have people to support, and then we can go even broad, not only in one place. Right now, our main organization is in Sunyani. It's one of the regions in Ashanti. Yes, that's in Ghana. And then who knows, gradually, if we get my support, we can go to the outskirts of Ashanti, or we can go from one of the closest region within that, one of the closest community within the Ashanti to do more. And we are hoping very soon we can go across Ashanti gradually. It's not a small task though, but we will do our best to help the case around the community. That's why it says support your very own. We are starting it in the house, so that if things go on well as we wanted, we go on to other communities, and before we realize, we will be championing the whole region. That is our target. Alright, so going back to the writing of the songs and how my people see it, how people know. Initially, I didn't want to narrate or to announce the story of CIBO and stuff. I wanted it to be hidden so that people wouldn't know who exactly is owning it. Meanwhile, I'll place people running it where we do communicate and finding me to support it to go even more in deep. That's it about that. And then in my songs, I have them a lot on YouTube, Audio Mag, and then now on Spotify. These are where you can find some of the audios. On TikTok is something I pursue best to have it across the platform. the main issue is I'm not under any organization that support me by financial or something. I'm the one doing everything myself, and along the line, I'm hoping if anything comes in the future to even do it more. Yes, brother. Okay, with those that I'm training in the music, also, like I said, that's we have the DLF music, so that's the music aspect of D level family. So I have some guys that I've trained. I've trained so many guys. I have Boomski, I have Boomski, I have Soj, Swagger, and I have some couple of guys. So basically, I have three guys that I'm supporting them, guiding them to perfectly learn their strength in the music industry. With Boomski, for example, he wants to fall under the hip hop music, and I'm doing my best to support him to understand those areas that he's fighting with every day, like writing skills, recording skills, energy-wise in recording, and so many other stuffs. Yes, we're doing it. Yeah. And then outside, yes, I also have people outside who are not in DLF, but I still support them. I remember it's one of my guy, Foster. Yeah, shout out to Foster. Foster is a gospel musician. Yes, we met somewhere when I wanted to do some printing. I also do some, graphic designs. Yeah, I do graphic designs. I do web designs. I remember I did one web design for one of the schools where I was teaching before, way back, Pass. That's Holy Spirit Preparatory School. Yeah, I designed a website for them where they can be doing my assignment online, and then I'll send the results for them online too as well. Yes. So I went to do this printing at the one printing place, and we met Foster. Along the story discussing, I got to know that he also do music. So we just discussed about the music, and he was like, if I'm this good, you'd want me to come and help them to do more in their music. So I said, okay. We arranged the time. I went to their church. I helped them out. Yes, they were having. I happened to see that they have these basics, little problems. So we worked it on and on and on. I remember that day it took me 4 hours to stay in that place just to clarify some things to them concerning basic singing, arrangement, energy control, vocals, keywords. It was so much. But we did it, and I wish that meeting was recorded to show it to you guys. They were amazed that within that short time I was able to bring a whole song together with all of them, and they did well. And after that, I was having a couple of meetings with Foster. Yes, Foster is the one I know among their group, so most of the time I'm with Foster, helping him, guiding him in writing his own songs, controlling his vocals, helping him to control the energy and other stuff. Yes, that's what I've been doing also outside to support people who got talent and they want support. Yes. Yeah, I've had rejection from some people who needed to support. Yes, I once was telling one of the guys that I would want to support him to rebrand himself so that I can also guide him to do stuff. He rejected. He thought maybe I want to use it to make money. I was like, no, I wouldn't want to do that. If I really want to do that, I'll go contract with you to sign. But I made it clear to him that, hey, you are doing your songs, you're my guy, I like you, you're good. But there are some things you need to start following, which I know you don't know anything of. So I started to give him some examples of other stuff like Audio Mark, and then YouTube, and other channels where music are sold out more, and how to even help to have your music sold out more to get some revenue. He saw my other accounts and he was amazed, and I said, yes, you have to do some things to get all this thing done. So that I tried to explain to him, but when I was talking to him, he only gave me a blue tick. He read the message and he trashed it. He never replied it. So I didn't worry myself. I wouldn't have to force him. So I just let him be. And you may have this on and on. It's not everyone that may be willing to accept your support. So when you don't get their support, I mean, they don't understand your personality and what you want to do for them. Just let them be. That's it. Yeah. With my closest friends, that's another story. I don't call them closest friends because most of them are like babies. I call them my sons and daughters. I don't have closest friends. Or should I say, all my closest friends are not around anymore. Most of them are in different countries. Those that I school with are what I call, my closest friends. Some are in the US, some in Canada, some in Brazil, some in Germany. About 80% of them are not around anymore. And those are the ones that I'm very close with. They're all not around. So the ones that are with me, like I said, they are my babies. I call them my sons and daughters. And they do support within their own ways. They support, but it's clearly in the system that unless they see you, running with big people, big personality, they wouldn't want to be jumping that high onto your product. That is normal. Even though to some of them to jump it high, yeah. Some jumping. I remember one boy in the community. He used to play one of the songs I wrote, not a game. He could play it every day, like all day long. He loves it so much. And then I also have this guy. Yeah, it's called Suma. He's partial Nigerian, partial Ghanaian. And then one guy to what the name? He's one of my students. He's now in, I think, level 3 in Winneba. Yes. He also loved that song, Not Again, so much. Every time I try to post that particular song on my wall, he'll come and comment and say, Charlie, this song, they have to send me the lyrics so that I'll start mastering it. So I always try to send the lyrics, but like I told you, recently I had a problem with my computer. I'm trying to recover, back up all my files before I can do that for him. Yeah, they are really enjoying it. Okay, for a song that got hit in all the songs I wrote, it depends on the particular year. From 2019 to I think 21. Yes, Not Again was around 2018, 17, 18 thereabouts. So Not Again was a hit. It was a hit song for me. And then after, the next one was My Kuma. I titled it My Kuma. I think I talked about it in the previous episode. My Kuma was actually a story that I experienced personally. Then I wanted to title it Makoma. At that moment, I saw, this lady artist. Was it Miss B? No. Adina. She released a song with the title Makoma. So I wanted to blend the name so that it won't look the same. So I made my Kuma in blending the English and the local dialect. My Kuma in the local dialect. Makoma, my heart, Makoma. So I said my heart, in the kind of mixture of English and the cheese. So that's how I made it. My Kuma was the hit song those times, and a lot of people they didn't know I could sing in the tree like oh, what do you mean? I speak tree a lot, and my mom is a Fanti. You should know better that I can speak tree, even though I grew up in the community full of speaking of Hausa and all that, but I still speak tree. Yes, because I moved from the community where they speak Hausa a lot, and I moved to where they speak more of the tree. From Abu Abu, moved to Sawaba. Sawaba was where I had full of my youthful life. Yes, Abu Abu, I think I was 10 to 11 years when I was in Abu Abu. I was born in Abu Abu. Then I moved to Sawaba from 96. Yes, wow, it's been years. From 96, we moved to Sawaba all the way till now. So about 20 something years lived in Sawaba. So, and the Sawaba is full of Chi. The community is full of Chi. People don't, they are not fluent to speak in the Hausa, unlike Abu where they speak more of the Hausa language. So that's how it is. I was speaking more Chi there. So I wrote my Kuma. People were really loving it. Some were even commenting that the song was so short I could have extended it. I think it was 1 minute, few seconds, or 2 minutes exactly or so. And I was like, hey guys, this is how I'm supposed to write a story. This is how excuse me. This is how I'm supposed to write it, and I wrote it. So from then I was like, okay, why don't I write another tree song? That was when I wrote the song for my mom. I called me Miss You Mama. And that one too, I had a portion that I had full 12 bars, was it 12 bars or 24 bars in tree dialects. And people were like, you really understand the tree? And I say, hey, I understand the tree. I just don't feel fluently when I'm speaking it. I don't look like, to me, I don't feel okay. Like Sarkodie, initially when he started, he sang almost all his songs in Chi dialects. Until recently, when he started to jump into the English, people were amazed. So you could speak English, and what do you mean? You understand English at school in Ghana. In Ghana, he speaks English. What are you guys talking about? So that was my own story. I had the Chi blended with the English. And most of the time, my songs happen to be in English, and people were commenting why. That's where I feel comfortable, when I write in Chi or in English, and also try to blend it with patois because of the reggae and the dancehall I want to be doing. So I blend with the patois as well. I blend with the patois, mix out with the English, just to make people, understand it even more internationally, because I think when I do it more in the Chi language, it's some kind of language barrier within our own system. Someone outside could not really understand it or something like that. Yeah, so that was it. Yes, with the reggae and dancehall, one of the songs that hits in the reggae and dancehall, even though the note again, some people were claiming it's sort of reggae, and I say, well, that's how the feel came. So apart from that one, the reggae song I wrote, that I felt it myself. I felt like this song has to hit the system, and it really hits. It was How You Gonna Feel. It's actually a song, I think I narrated this story before. It's actually a song that I wrote concerning the kind of people we have in our community, the support they needed and they are not getting and all that. And then the kind of people we have where they have so much to support, but they are not supporting our youth in their community, but rather spend the money on unnecessary places like going to the weddings, parties, funerals, spending money on whilst our community needed the help, they are not giving it out. So I blended the whole story alongside with the youth that are into drugs and other stuff. So I was trying to blend so many stories into that. Yeah, so How You Gonna Feel was a hit during the time. Yeah. Yes, talking about drugs, I also wrote a song. Yeah, I wrote a song about addiction of drugs where I could title it Devil in Me. Devil in Me is actually a story I wrote for everyone. Everyone can relate to it. That it was a song I wrote for one boy. He happened to be my student way back in 2005 or 2005, no, 2008, 9 era. Yes, he got into addiction. I knew the story partially, that he got into addiction the moment the mom fell sick and then she passed away. He was always around. He stopped schooling the moment the mom died. The father is always busy. He's not around. He's busy working, going late in the night, going early in the morning, coming late in the night. So the father is not around, unlike the mother. So the mother was the one taking care of the children more. So when she passed away, everything scattered. He stopped the schooling. His brothers are not around. They all travel out in Nigeria or so. So he was always around, here and there with the boys and friends. So he got friends addiction into drugs. Most of the time when we meet, he keep telling me he feels shy whenever he sees me because he feel like he has failed me as his student and now his teacher. I was expecting him to excel. I say, hey, this life sometimes is not what we plan that we get. Sometimes you may plan something and it will go off along the line. So the only thing is just keep your head up high, correct some mistakes and carry on with the life. So he said he wants to stop the smoking, but he doesn't know what to do. I say there are 101 ways to stop smoking. First of all, tell yourself you don't want to smoke. Leave the community you are. Go away from certain friends and you have your peace. So he was finding that challenging. So I took his story and I wrote it in the song as Devil and Me. Yes, I wrote it, Devil and Me. It was a story that after the release, I had so many comments. It wasn't easy, so many comments from my colleagues, students, my friends who are outside the country, those, my students, a whole lot. People were so amazed how the story is all about. He himself, I called him some time to come and listen to the song in my place. He was so quiet, you cannot believe. He was so quiet listening to the storylines. And then later on, he looked at me, and I looked at him. He says, I made him so silent all of a sudden. And I said, why? He said, it's like someone is telling his own story. And I said, yes, I was telling your story. So that's how it's supposed to feel, you know. He felt it, and I was like, yeah, this is how the life is. This is how it is. If you call yourself an artist, we are expected to impact into people's life, to make people realize whatever they are going to, encouraging them, giving them the reasons to survive in wherever area or path they are moving into it, and they will excel. Eventually they will excel. So Devil and Me was that story that really got a lot of people, into tears and happy about it. Yeah. This question I had it several times about this having my collaboration with someone outside the country. Yes, it was through this friendship I was introduced to this guy. He's in USA, he's in Detroit. He's called Ray. I call him Ray. He's called Ray Almond, but his musical name is RNG. RNG letter. Yes. So RNG is a hip hop artist in Detroit. He has been doing his own music with his friends, in the community. They've been doing so much. So we started chatting on Facebook. Then I was telling him about my music. So I think that was the moment I released one song called Winner. Yes, Winner was one of the songs that was motivating myself, and I knew a lot of people will be motivated listening to Winner. So when he heard it, he was like, wow, we have to do a remix of this song. And I was like, really? He said, yeah. So all of a sudden, we planned and how to do the remix, and then he recorded his own verse, and I recorded my part, I sent it to him. He recorded his own attached to it, and he mixed it up, and then boom, have it released. And people were like, where did he get this guy from? I'm like, yeah, that's the energy I'm talking about. Because he plays so much fire on that song that you cannot let it go. It's very strong. RNJ, big ups to RNJ. Yeah, RNJ has supported so much of my songs. He had a plan to do more songs. There was a recent song that I released. He said he wanted to jump into that one to tighten his money. Yeah, he said he wanted to do a remix of that one too. So we're still working on how to come out with the money song. Very soon we will make it happen. Yeah. So that's it. There's a lot of these songs we're planning together to do in the future to make things even better. Yeah. Oh, as a human, as a person, I feel cool. I feel blessed every day. I wake up to see myself doing music and doing what makes me happy. Because there are other stories, we can't say everything on the internet, but I know gradually people understand me. Yeah, because this kind of personality about me, most people think it's not normal, but you have to get close. When you get close, you know and you understand my personality. But if you don't get close, you will find it difficult to understand me. You may see me as someone who doesn't really like people around, but no, it's not like that. You need to get closer. Just like the local dialect says, when you get close to the sea or to the riverside, you get to know whether a fish do cough or not. It's a complicated issue. It's a complicated issue. I wouldn't want to go deep into it, but the little I can say is I've got so many disappointments. I've got so much disappointment in life that I didn't want to get much into it this time around. I'm a person that loves easily, that trusts easily, and get disappointed fastly. So we decided to change my statistics and how to do my things so that maybe I'll get my peace at least once in a while. So that's it all. Yeah, thank you all for listening, for watching. Hope you can put more of your comments on the video below. Remember to subscribe if you have not. Comment. Tell me where I've done, where I said something wrong that I need to say it well. Just put all your comments and I hope I'll be able to answer all your questions. Until we meet another time. Peace out.
Can do music.
You tell all the black man thinking in a real life. DC DLK. Roll it.
Rich Taliban.
Don't judge me cause I'm a black man. Hey. What you wanna see from a black man? Hey. Everything me do, they don't like me. Hey. Can't give me so cause I'm a black man. Hey. Yeah, me now. Wake up in the morning, send me prayer. For me jaja. Wishing me so one up higher. But the black man working hard to put me down, me never get tired. Yeah. Black man praying, you see you cry, you begging. Me never cry begging, cause me never lazy. Working harder day and night, cause me fire, yeah. You wanna know how me do I did this all the time? I'm a close local in me eye, cause if Babylon is in me eye, hustle fire, yeah. See a really lifestyle black man. Watch your back, wall, stop the man in the cut to body, tiger brain, fire burn, dirty brain. Yeah, fat faces in them talk about. You can't eat your brother, say my boy, cause a little in them talk about, hey. Proud and tied in showing love. Never leave him cause it's my blood. Stay real for your people, show them love.
DC tell the black man we not lazy man. Make the money more than Pablo Escobar. Hustler, tell me cheapest car and the Range Rover. But no bad man, so them I go take over. Tell myself soon richness come over. Real brother, but him a the bad when me not around. Spread rumors, tell the people saying on the ground. Love when we step in all the town. The same black man ma go come like a brother man. Me try tell the haters say Ghana army motherland. Them try to kill we long time but we stand like a middleman. The hater want to catch you like a no for them a fisherman. Them try chase the ghetto youth like them all a policeman. Miracles on the street become a talisman. Love gangs on the hater become a fireman. Hustle hard for the money because hater watch a man.
This is the one the black color, you say you what you color. Choice, you ain't touching for your chosen color. Remember say we black people, we no care about the white man, ideas and so-called different culture. Show me love in a people, not a one corner. Whack, say bat it is about your brother. Me no the one the bangaranga people nothing me don't show me bat it in them cut blood lava. Don't judge me cause I'm a black man, hey. What you wanna see from a black man, hey. Everything me do, they don't like me. Can't keep me so cause I'm a black man, hey. Don't judge me cause I'm a black man, hey. What you wanna see from a black man, hey. Everything me do, they don't like me. Can't keep me so cause I'm a black man, hey.